Hello, lovely people. Welcome to Ezra Wellness, where you learn proven ways to healthy living. This is your lady Salome here. Today, I'm so excited because this is a holiday special. And it's something that Ezra Wellness haven't done before, to have a panel of wonderful ladies who are so versed in their areas of practice that are going to give us some wonderful tips for this holiday season. The first person that I do have on my list is Peyer. Holly is a certified health coach and a functional nutrition counselor. She has her private practice called Here's to Healthy that is located in Atlanta, Georgia. She sees people one-on-one, and Holly focused on gut health. And she always passionate about women's health. Women, we have a lot of issues. So most of these ladies, they've gone through it. So that is what she focuses on. And what she do is that she specializes in helping you, the woman who is suffering from these digestive issues, reduce them, not just focusing on symptoms, but the whole human body, to make sure that your body is functioning right. And Holly is passionate about what she does. She's been doing this for years. So I'm so excited to have her here today. Holly, welcome to Ezra Wellness.
Thank you, Salome. I'm happy to be here.
Excellent. The next person I have on my list is Jinjer Brody-Grant. Jinjer is also a functional nutrition counselor and holistic health practitioner. Jinjer focuses on root cause resolutions with functional approach by looking at the system and not just the symptom. She customizes on a plan to help a specific individual because we are all unique. So she will make the plan specifically for you. Her goal is to motivate you without overwhelming you. There's a lot of things going on, so we could take motivation without overwhelming. And she helps you to understand your body so that after she's even done working with you, you will continue this healthy living. Jinjer, I'm so excited to have you here. Welcome to Ezra Wellness.
Thank you. I'm excited too. Thanks for having me, Salome.
Great. And then the last but not the least is Salmah Tayibi. Salmah has been here before. We did the breathing and it was great. Salmah is a caregiver for the whole family. She's a health and wellness coach. She have functional nutrition counselor certification for Nutrition Alliance. She's also a yoga instructor. She teaches yoga on Zoom every Sunday morning. And she's the founder of Upeka Wellness. And then Salmah is currently taking her master's in human nutrition and functional medicine at the University of Western State. And Salmah is so passionate about what she does. She teaches you to make sure that you feel the best of yourself. And by doing this, motivates you to seek the wellness place where your body have to be. Salmah has been in this business for a long time, and I'm so excited to have her here today to share her wisdom. Hello, Salmah. Welcome back to Ezra Wellness.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
All righty. Thank you, ladies. I'm so excited. This is just the best thing that Ezra Wellness is doing for the first time. So, I know you ladies are busy, and it was just so even tough to get you all together. Thank you so much for your time. I know you're passionate, so you want viewers to understand what to do around this time of the year. So my first question will go to Jinjer. Jinjer, this time of the year, there's a lot of eating, there's a lot of things going on. What is one of the most common digestive issues around this time of the year? And what could viewers resolve it?
I think that a lot of, one of the most common things that people tend to happen this time of year is people tend to gain weight. And to avoid gaining holiday weight, what we can do is to try to keep our digestion on track. What that means is to really focus on chewing our food properly. You don't want to have big food particles swallowed because that tends to, it just tends to ferment in your system, and that leads to bloating, gas, burping, belching. And a lot of times, one of the biggest things I think we all can agree on is possibly heartburn. So really getting sure that your digestion is on track is what's going to help keep everything at bay. And I also think that, Another positive thing that we can think about too is using digestive enzymes. That's a great way to make sure that your food is being digested so that it gets utilized for fuel and not get stored as fat.
Great, great. That is a great point there. And then, you know, around this time of the year too, as we age, our stomach acid goes down. So you could do the test and see. And if it's low, you know what to do. Ezra Wellness have a video on hydrochloric acid. You could check it out and then know what to do for that area too, if you have issues with heartburn. Thank you so much, Jinjer, for that answer. It's great. Holly, what is healthy eating overall? Because, you know, around this time of the year, there's a lot of food. So everybody's thinking, how can I eat healthy?
Yeah, I actually don't believe there's a one-size-fits-all approach to healthy eating. Being a functional nutrition counselor, I take into account that what works for one person's body might not work for another. But that said, I do think there are a couple of sort of universal concepts that we should all strive for when we're trying to fuel our body in a healthy way. So a couple of tips I'll share as it relates to healthy eating would be, first one, always choose whole versus processed or packaged foods. So whole foods, meaning as close as they come from the earth, fruits and vegetables, beans, legumes, things of that nature that haven't been processed, they are going to be highest in nutrients and minerals, and your body will be able to absorb and utilize those better than any packaged good you can find on a shelf. Second thing I like to encourage people to do is try to minimize your added or refined sugar. So there's a ton of added sugar today, unfortunately, in a lot of our packaged products, down to things like sauces, salad dressing. So I encourage everybody to look at any labels, any nutrition labels of foods, packaged foods that you're buying, and make sure that that added sugar is very, very minimal, if not zero. Having too much sugar in your body actually robs your body of the important nutrients and minerals that it needs. So we want to keep that at a minimum. I also like to encourage everybody to stay well hydrated. Your body is 60% water, and so it needs a lot of water to function well, to digest well, really just to operate optimally. So for most people, that's at least 64 ounces a day. It does vary person by person. So just stay on track with your water throughout the day so that you can feel good and enjoy the holidays. And the last thing I would say as far as eating healthy is kind of know what works for your body. So if you know that there's a food or a certain group of foods that just doesn't sit well with you, steer clear of it. You can say no thank you at the holiday parties. Even if it's like your best friend's or your great grandma's favorite dish, just let them know it doesn't, suit you, and honor what your body needs and what works for you.
Great, great tips over there, Holly. And what I say is that when you're going to these parties, make sure you already have some healthy food inside you. Some people will wait till they're so hungry before they get there, so they are munching for everything. No, get your smoothie in the morning. Eat some veggies in before you go to the party. Have some nuts. Make sure you're not too hungry, so you're not grabbing for everything whilst you're at the party. Great tips over there. Thank you so much. And then my next question will go to Salmah. And Salmah, a lot of people are trying to eat healthy these days. They want to maintain their weight. And when the holiday season comes, there's a lot of temptation. So what would be your answers for these people that are trying to maintain healthy eating around this time of the year?
So I'm giving advice that I follow. That's what I want to say, because what I do, and it's been a big secret. It's not really a secret because a lot of people do it and have found it to be pretty useful, is every day make a smoothie. So I'm going to talk about food prep later, but a smoothie that has packed in with vegetables, fruits, your favorite fruits. You can keep it really simple in the beginning, but to make sure that you have some proteins, fats, healthy fats, and carbs in there. So you take care of that part in the beginning of the day. So I always start off with like a lemon water in the morning, then I make my smoothie, and then I go ahead and wait a little bit, and if I want to eat more for breakfast later, I can. So having that smoothie is, just a basic habit, which has really helped me. And also so that way you don't deprive yourself. Once you've done that, then you can go ahead and have a little bit of dark chocolate, or have something, if there's a dessert that's coming up later in the day, you can indulge a little. The other thing too is don't feel afraid to take half a portion or quarter of a portion. You know, you don't have to eat the whole thing. Um, and then I also like to talk about adding new herbs and spices in your meals. That there's a lot of anti-inflammatories that come with that, and there's a lot of detox properties. So try experiment with new herbs and spices.
Great. Hey, viewers, I hope you're writing some notes down. I'm getting tips here too that I'll be putting into practice from these wonderful ladies. Well, now that we talk about food a little bit, I want us to switch over to stress. Because around this time of the year, there's a lot of stress around shopping, around cooking, hosting the guests, and all doing all that. So I want to start with Holly on this. Holly, what would you say will be your tip for stress around this time of the year?
I think having the right mindset as you go into these holiday functions and parties and gatherings is just as important as thinking about having the right food there. And what I mean by that is making sure that you're taking time for you, that you're honoring what you need every day, whether that's a short walk, whether that's a moment of gratitude, whether that's a yoga session, whatever it is that you need, you've got to serve yourself first so that you can enjoy the rest of the day. So I think honoring your mindset, honoring what you need personally, and taking a little bit of that self-care is really important so you can enjoy your time with your friends and family.
That's wonderful. Self-care. Ezra Wellness just ended Gratitude Challenge. So I know we have that notebook still available. Take a look at it. Be grateful in the morning. Take a few minutes. Take care of you so that you'll be energized to take care of everybody else. Great tip over there, Holly. Well, Jinjer, what will be your tip here for the stress around this time of the year?
I love what Holly said. I think that's so important to take time for yourself, especially during the holidays when you are focusing on everyone else. You really need to take that time for you. In addition to that, I think sleep is super important. We want to make sure that we're getting, the hours in that we need, and going to bed at the same time every day really helps, and waking at the same time, that really helps, and really keeping your room that you're sleeping in dark and cool temperature. I think sleep is so important. It really just makes you all well rested, and it's just a great way to balance yourself throughout the day. I know that if I don't get my hours in, I'm not as up to speed as I'd like to be. So in addition to taking time for yourself, including movement and exercise, I believe sleep is super, super important.
Great tip. Sleep. Because sleep, stress to the body causes a whole lot of problems. So you want to make sure you're sleeping. And then I'll let Salmah chip in on the stress. How to relieve it around this time of the year.
Well, one way is to plan, and I think, before the holidays come, like, planning really helps. And the way I plan my food is I do some food prepping. Try to find some evening, like a Sunday evening or something, where you have like 2 hours, 1 hour. And so for my smoothies, I make sure that I have little packages pre-made with greens, and I'll put in a knob of ginger, some lemon, some berries, and make a nice big frozen, so I know it's there. In the morning I just take it out, put it in my blender and blend. Then I will make little food preps of healthy snacks. So I'll do like red pepper, yellow pepper, green pepper, and some cucumbers, and make little, or maybe nuts or dates. So that's always there. So then you don't have that craving. So when you're hungry, you can just grab something healthy. It's there, and you can teach your family members to do the same thing too, so that you don't binge on something that is unprocessed and it's not going to serve you.
Okay, that's great. Because when you don't eat healthy, it also stresses out the body.
Yeah.
So definitely that is very important. We have to prep. And with the big cooking, you could prep a couple of days. You don't have to do everything the same time.
Yeah.
Especially we, the women, we want to do everything. Give something for everybody in the house to help you out so that you are not overstressed. So ladies, this is so wonderful. And it looks like the conversation is coming to a close. I wish we could go on and on and on. So I want you to we're going to start to chip in that you give us your holiday tip. The one tip that you want viewers to take into account this holiday season. Salmah, since you're on, maybe we'll start with that.
Okay, so I want to circle back to what Jinjer said before about GI, and I just want to add, go deeper there. She talked about chewing, which is so important. And to add on to this, I actually learned this in a yoga class I took. they said pause before you start to eat. And then also say a blessing of gratitude, pause between each bite you take, chew properly, and pause before you refill your plate. So if you can remember a few pauses while you eat, your digestive system will work better, and you'll probably weigh less and be able to really digest what you ate and enjoy what you ate, even if it's something that's like, I was just thinking about having a piece of like something sweet today, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to enjoy it, have a little bit and enjoy it rather than feel stressed about it. And so pause.
All right. So take a break, enjoy yourself, not too much. All right. Holly, what do you have to say to this? Holiday?
I will just kind of to build on there. I just wanted to add that in addition to the pausing before and kind of during the meal, before you go get seconds, try to stop eating when you feel about 80% of the way full, because it actually takes your body about 20 minutes for the digestion process to kick in and for you to start to feel that satiety, like I'm starting to feel full. So just again, I'm a believer of those pauses as well. Just give yourself a little bit of time. And the only other thing that I would add that I love to do after a big meal, especially during the holiday time, is take a short walk after the meal. And I'm not talking about a power walk or any kind of crazy, aerobic, get your heart up kind of thing, but just take a stroll around the block with your family or with your friends or even with your dog, because that's really just going to help kickstart your digestion. That's going to help stabilize your blood sugar and just keep things moving comfortably through your system.
That's great. That's great. Well, and then Jinjer, what's your holiday tip for?
I just wanted to say I love that idea about walking after the meal. We've been doing that in my family where we take a walk, and it's a stroll. It's not a power walk, like you said, and just do that before we have our dessert. And I thought that was a great thing that we did at our Thanksgiving dinner this year. I just want to reiterate about having a big meal. A lot of times we don't want that food just to be sitting there. So if we can take digestive enzymes before we eat, knowing that we're going to eat a big meal, that's just going to help not get the food stored as fat, but actually utilized for fuel. And that goes back to, again, chewing your food properly and not swallowing big food particles, because that's what's going to lead to the food fermenting in your belly, in your gut. And that leads to the things that we don't like, the heartburn, the gas, the bloating, the belching. So that really could help, and taking the pause to actually appreciate the food and tasting it. So being mindful of when we're eating, that can really help.
Great tips, viewers. You heard from these wonderful ladies here. Deep revelations tonight. And I know that at least you take one thing from here and take action on that. So now we'll circle back again. And since Jinjer, you are on, where could viewers find you? Someone said, oh my God, I like to work with that lady. Okay,
well, I do a lot of on Zoom meetings. So people could look me up at Root Causes with Jinjer. On Instagram, you could find me at Jinjer Root. On Facebook, you could find me at Root Causes with Jinjer, and I would love to meet you all. So any questions you have, I'm always available to chat.
Great. What about you, Holly?
Yes, thank you for asking. So my private practice is called Here's to Healthy, and you can find me on Instagram and Facebook at Here's to Healthy Co. And then online, I am www.herestohealthyco.com. And you can book a free 20-minute discovery call with me to see if we're a fit to work together. And I do work, as Jinjer said, on Zoom or in person if you happen to be local to Atlanta. So reach out if you have any questions.
Great. Salmah, where could people find you?
My company is called Upeka Wellness, and it's upekawellness.org. So that's the website, or you could email me at upekawellness@gmail.com. I also have a yoga class I teach Sunday mornings, 10 to 11:30. And we have a nice group of ladies right now. I think we have one guy once in a while, but it's a lot of fun. So anybody can join. It's on Zoom. So welcome.
That's great. Well, viewers, I'm going to put all this wonderful information underneath the video. You could reach out to any of them And if you want to work specifically with any of them, you could also reach out to me and I'll be able to give you the information, but I'll put it underneath the video. So anywhere that you see this video, you could find the information right there. Ladies, I can't say it enough. Thank you so much for your time here at Jinjer Wellness. I know you're busy, but you made the time to be here to make sure that our community and our viewers are healthy around this time of the year. Thank you so much for your time. And thank you for coming to Jinjer Wellness.
Thank you, Salmah.
Thank you, Salmah. Ladies.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you. Thank you so much, viewers, for watching this episode. This is Jinjer Wellness. If you're new here, please subscribe to this channel, share this video, and let us all grow healthy together. Until I see you in the next video, remember, this is Jinjer Wellness, where you learn proven ways to healthy living. Thank you for your time.